Welcome to Peppershock Media's Marketing Expedition podcast, keeping you up to date with the latest in marketing and advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Ray and Drew Allen.
Hi, I'm Rhea Allen, President and CEO of Peppershock Media, also a Chief Marketing Officer for Hire here at Peppershock. I'm here with Drew Allen.
I act as the COO and the Creative Director.
And we are talking about the 5 essential marketing videos your company needs. And just to tell you a little bit about Peppershock, if this is your first podcast with us, and why we have the authority to talk about videos and why we think companies need these videos. Peppershock's established in 2003. Drew and I started this company, I guess it would be 14 years ago. And we grew from just doing video production to graphic design, web design, social media, all kinds of fun things that every company needs when they need to market their company. So today, the 5 essential videos that we think companies absolutely need, especially now in this day and age when everyone wants to watch videos rather than read a lengthy text on a website or in a social media post, those types of things. So getting into it, according to a study by Cisco, it's estimated that in 2019, roughly 80% of the world's web traffic will actually be video. So we want to help prepare your business to be ready for the future because video content will dominate the internet, and we want to make sure that the video that's out there is well done, well produced, good storytelling, all the things that are important to video.
When it needs to be. Sometimes an iPhone video is okay, just in the right context.
So we know that the number 18 is the average number of videos published by businesses each month if you're a big company. But we want to help small businesses at least produce 1 to 2 videos. We want to make sure that they do get some way to interact with their audience through video. So whether you have an internal staff to do it or you need to outsource to a company like ours, we want to make sure that what you're doing is going to be seen and heard and that you can actually get your video distributed out there in the world. 56% of all videos are published within the last year are published that are 2 minutes or less for web videos. Long form has its purpose, but generally speaking, we want to do 2 minutes or less. And why is that, Drew?
Because people have an attention span of a kid. Usually pretty short attention spans. If it's not incredibly engaging, it just better be short. It better be engaging and short.
In the top 5% of videos retain an average of 77% of viewers to the last second. So we want to make things engaging. We want to make sure that the viewers of your content watch it all the way to the end and not just drop off after a certain point. So videos 90 seconds or less have a better retention rate than, say, 5 to 7 minute videos where people used to have on their websites. But now 90 seconds to 2 minutes is really, really what we want to see. And you have to say everything you need to say within that time frame, but sometimes less is more, and we don't want to cram in too much within that 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
You should assume that your audience is smarter than you think they are. They'll fill in the gaps. You don't have to hit them over the head with every detail.
And we know that businesses that use video actually see a better return on their investment in video if you have a well-produced story that's being told or something that is with humor or something that people want to share and show and tell. We know that businesses that have video on their website actually have a better ROI. And we have also proven that people with video on their websites spend more time on their website, on their webpage, and that's always good for search engine optimization when people spend more time on your website. So here's some more reasons. Top 5 essential marketing videos that every company needs. The number 1 that we think everyone needs is a company bio. So that's the first one. The second one, and we'll go into more detail about each of these, but the second one is a product and or service demonstration video. And then regular updates is the third. And then 4 is customer testimonials. And finally, the 5th essential video that every company needs is branding and promotional video. So a promotional video that helps produce and build awareness for your brand. So the company bio, Drew, explain what the company bio video is.
Well, it's what it says it is. It's about your company, why your business exists, what you do. It's a branding video that a first-time visitor or somebody just researching your company could watch a 45-second video to get a quickie overview of who you are and what you do.
So yeah, I think it's a short overview, and this type of video, having a company bio video describing who you are, is much better than having a huge long paragraph of text. You can still have that huge long paragraph of text, but chances are the video is going to be what people want to watch and see and view more of. The text is good for search engine optimization, but we can also put in the metadata inside the video and have a lot of ways for Google to find the video. And sometimes it'll actually increase the search engine optimization results when you have those videos optimized for what people are searching for, because we can put the keywords back on the back side of the video. So keeping that in mind is always a good thing. And I also think that with having a company bio video, it really just gives people the quick, brief overview. I was just on a website the other day. I was looking to see maybe where this company was headquartered. We were debating whether if this company started in Oregon or Washington. We really couldn't remember or know the story about this company. So what I did is I went to their About Us page and actually just watched the video first before I went and read the whole company history. And I found my answer, and it was within the, brief, less than 90-minute second video. And it was well done, and it captivated me, and I actually watched through the whole thing.
And I won that debate.
Yes, he did.
It was Oregon.
Yeah, this company was from Oregon, indeed. But hey, I also got to learn a little bit more about the company too. Okay, so the second one, for the product or service demonstration, this one's important. We want to make sure that people understand what it is that we do, or what service we offer, what products we have. So with that...
Yeah, video is an awesome way, whether it's a new product or an existing product that you just want to make people more aware of. Again, like a 30, 45 second, maybe a minute. You don't have to go into every detail of the product or service, but it gives people a quick message. They're portable messages that can be shared on the website, social media, basically just a sales video, if you will, without being overly salesy. You're just trying to provide information, give people an idea of what the product or service is, how they can use it.
And a lot of clients that we talk to, they have customers that go online before they ever go into their shops or ever even call them. And so by showcasing what their product is online or what their service, what they offer, and stats kind of vary from source to source, but roughly 80 to 90% of consumers now are researching all the products online before they buy. And they're listening and watching and learning about you before they actually even contact you to buy anything from you. And so why not have those videos readily available to describe your product or service, and give your customers the tools that they need to make informed decisions before they contact you. And it's almost like it's expected now. And if you don't have some type of way to showcase your product or service on your website, you're really missing out on a huge opportunity to be able to have kind of a 24/7 sales associate really through video online. And when somebody wants to buy, they might be looking at it over the weekend or at nights when maybe your order of operation isn't actually open. But by having your website, you've got somebody there able to explain what it is that you do 24/7.
Cars and houses, large purchases, or people are shopping online for these things and walking into the dealership and, telling the salesperson, I know exactly what I want. I've already researched it. I've already shopped it.
They know everything down to maybe even close to the serial number of what the model, the make, the everything that they want to buy. So, and they also want to compare. They want to have comparisons to be able to look at your product and see what other people might be offering. And it allows you the ability to get some feedback too from, if you allow feedback to happen or forms to be filled out on your website, or through the video even, we can have clickable links that are programmed into the video that encourage people to give you feedback, or if they want to contact you now, or, if they want to be hired right away. So that instantaneous, immediate feedback through video is a great way to help increase engagement with your brand. Okay, so the next one, regular info updates. So we want to keep our audiences informed, and this is definitely the generation of constant media consumption. So we want to feed the need.
Yeah, and in branding, you're trying to build an audience and a following, and once you've built up that audience, you need to continue to communicate with them. And these types of videos is where I was talking about an iPhone could be just fine. These are, Instagram and Facebook live videos where you're on location at a toy drive during the holidays that your company is sponsoring, and, promoting the goodwill and encouraging others to come down and participate. It could be, hey, we're back in the shop and we're talking about, we're interviewing the guy working on this machine that he's building our next greatest product, kind of give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what we have going on in the shop. It could be a message from the CEO saying, we love our employees and thank you to our clients and our customers for supporting us. I mean, it's any type of kind of quick message to your fan base, to your audience that just keeps you in front of them, keeps you top of mind, and maybe just gives them a quick bit of information that doesn't have to be super polished or professional, or those can be the quickie cell phone videos.
And I think on another podcast, we'll do one about tips and tricks how to shoot with your phone. If that's the last resort that you absolutely need to have. But we'll go into more detail on that. But I think just for basic usage, don't shoot next to a window where there's backlighting. There's, have audio, so you can hear it, and, just different things like that can be just kind of common sense. But then again, you want to make sure that what you're shooting is going to be at least visible and viewable, and don't shake it around. Try to level and have some sort of form of, if you can't have a tripod, use something that's going to steady your shot if you can, as much as you can, unless that's the look that you're going for. Some of us remember the Blair Witch Project, where it was like shaky and scary. That was on purpose. That was the intent. But I don't think everybody wants to have a Blair Witch Project video on, with their regular updates. So anyway, it is definitely a prime opportunity for you to continuously reinforce your brand and your messaging. And, Facebook Live and, LinkedIn videos now, and YouTube Live videos, or any of those types of ways that we can get the message out there on a regular basis. If there is interesting news about what your business is doing, or if you are at a charitable event or any of those types of things, certainly that's a good way to continue to have regular updates. Or you can also hire companies that do this on a regular basis, which we do for some of our clients. And we do regular updates where it's, a little more polished and professional, where we can hear it with audio and, have that look and feel. But we get it. Sometimes that's the resources there aren't quite there to make that all happen. So if we can help with, at least with the iPhone videos, we've actually edited other people's iPhone videos that they've produced, and then we can polish them in some regard and give you some tips and be able to shoot at least decent enough quality of footage. So, all right, the next one with regular updates, we talked a little bit about that. Some ideas too is by being able to highlight your city, or if there's some adventures that you're going on, or ways that you can kind of interact with your brand and do some product placement, or maybe there's some entertainment that you're wanting to showcase or share. Being able to do those regular updates is a good way to get the message out there. Another example too, like giving tips and tricks on how-tos. One of our clients basically will give some ideas about how to coupon in different places, or how to make smart, informed decisions on buying decisions, any of those things that can help, kind of life hacks, if you will. Those are good ways to give some updates and relevant and useful information to your client base or your subscribers. So another thing that we can do is customer testimonials.
Yeah, these are awesome because, word of mouth advertising and marketing is huge. I mean, that's how that's how brands are built. That's how a lot of service businesses get their new clients or customers, is from happy, satisfied clients. And so putting that into video, where maybe you tell their story about how your business sold them a product or offered a service that just changed their life. It doesn't have to be life changing. It could just be a really cool product that this person really loved, and so they want to sing your praises in a video. It can be as simple as a talking head kind of interview, where and then you show some footage of your business or your brand interacting with that client or customer. It could be animated. If they don't want to be on camera, you can design some graphics and animate it, make it more fun. It just kind of it needs to fit your brand, your product, your service. I probably wouldn't encourage doctors or lawyers to have animated videos, but if you have
if it's the right context, I suppose.
If you have a fun product or something, that might be kind of cool.
But I think being able to have customer testimonials helps spread the word of mouth or now world of mouth. We know that the best way to advertise any kind of business ever is word of mouth. And so how do we accelerate the word of mouth? By getting people to talk about your business, and through capturing it on video, then that video can be shareable and ported, to everyone that you can think of to get that message out to them. And by encouraging people to do testimonials, you almost have kind of this residual effect from it, because the people that you ask to have them record a testimonial for you, they also share it with other people, and then they will share it with other people. So it's a good way to accelerate and build positive word of mouth. And so by having others tout about you or your brand or your company, and speaking candidly too, we try not to script those testimonials, because we really do want to hear people's stories from the heart, because it makes it that much more meaningful. And I think people who particularly buy based on emotion, or they buy based on who you are, if you've got somebody who really believes in your brand and can be a customer evangelist for you, or maybe they're loyal to your brand, you want those people to speak about you. And by capturing those testimonials, we really think that that's an essential need for your company to be able to continue to enhance and accelerate and build your brand. So anyway, customer testimonials are great. Let's see. Branding promotions. So an example?
One example that I really like of a company that's doing this really well, I think, is Yeti Coolers. You should get on their YouTube channel and check it out. It's a good example of almost like three or four different types of videos kind of all rolled into one. It has product placement. It's got a bit of customer client testimonial, but then it's also just telling almost always a really heartfelt story. And it doesn't necessarily talk specifically about Yeti coolers. One that I really
placement.
Yeah, there's coolers, there's their tumblers, their what's that bag called? They have that insulated bag. Mm-hmm. Anyways, they have all their products kind of sprinkled around through the video, but it's not about Yeti. It's stories of other people that they support, nonprofits that they support, or sponsored athletes or hunters that they support. And 180 Out is the name of one of my favorite ones that you should go check out on their YouTube channel. It's a story about a veteran that was he helped people out of the World Trade Center towers during 9/11, and felt after that he needed to enlist in the military. So he did that, came back, and started a ranch where he helps veterans kind of get reacclimated into their regular lives once they come back. So it has nothing to do with Yeti coolers, but it shows the type of company that Yeti is by supporting his nonprofit venture. And so those are, they're short films, they're documentaries, all of these, and they're really well done. And I'm a big Yeti evangelist now. I run around showing people these videos all the time as good examples of storytelling, not blatant sales. These are branding pieces that your audience will, get to know you as a company, the people behind the company, and what values they stand for. And I just think they're excellent.
It's interesting when YouTube comes out with their top list of videos, most watched videos, and now more and more of them are actually branded videos, and some of them you wouldn't even realize that it was for a brand, or that a brand sponsored it and supported it. But that's the idea behind branded videos, is that you come to know about a brand because of a really awesome video that gets shared and becomes viral, or has some of those components to it that sort of pull at your heartstrings, or give you reason why you want to buy something from this company. And
the Dove campaign, where they had a sketch artist. They brought people in. The sketch artist couldn't see these women behind a screen, and the sketch artist asked the women to describe themselves, and then he would draw their portrait, basically. And then they would have other strangers, people that didn't know these women, come in, and they'd see a picture of the woman, and they would describe what they thought the woman looked like. And then when the people that described themselves saw the two side by side, here's my self-description and here's what somebody else thought of me, the differences were huge. The women that described themselves thought they were, had these terribly ugly scars, and they hated the way their cheeks looked, and so they talked very negatively about themselves. And the strangers described them as beautiful and long flowing locks of hair, and this just showing that there's an epidemic of self-image, kind of a confidence, and so Dove, obviously, it's a branding campaign. It's you're beautiful whoever you are, and it wasn't directly trying to sell Dove soap, but it showed their ethics, their mission, that they're interested in helping women and young girls that are growing up to, feel good about yourself no matter what. Don't let people or the industry, ingrain this image of what you think you should be. It's another just really well done
campaign. It was good for branding and good product placement, and it surrounds positive influence from people that could share this. I shared it. I'm sure everyone that had any, anything to do with the brand or on Facebook or wherever shared it.
And since this is an audio podcast, we're talking all about these videos, we'll put a link in the description, or some links, so you guys can take a look at these videos we're talking about.
But basically, out of the 5 essential videos, and there's always more than just 5, but we tried to pare it down to the 5 that we thought you would really need if you were to invest in video in the future, if you haven't already. But those are the things that need to be done. And, if we can help in any way, we want to make sure that we can help you deliver content through video, and make sure you're not left in the dust by equipping your company with the right videos. And of course, this is an important part of any modern business. And we don't want you to have to cut corners too much. And we want to make sure that what you do is well received. And not only that, you can create a beautiful video, but you also have to make sure that it gets distributed and to the right audience, and ways to get it out there in the world. And Drew's got a lot of experience in, making sure that videos can be SEO optimized or video optimized.
Yeah, and that's a topic for a whole nother podcast.
Indeed it is.
There's a lot to that, but it's definitely another phase of producing the videos to make sure that the right data is embedded in the file, and that it gets distributed in the right places. And so we'll talk about that.
All right.
Another time.
Yep. So that about wraps us up on the 5 essential marketing videos you need for your company. And stay tuned for our next topic, which is the 7 reasons you need a marketing review or a marketing audit in your company. And we'll go into in-depth what that means and why you need it.
So thanks for joining us, and make sure you subscribe for new podcast content as we get it launched. Follow us on all our social media channels. Peppershock is the handle. And check out our website to learn more about what other things that Peppershock can do for you.
Also, I want to encourage you and invite you to our second Thursday Marketing Expedition webinars. So grab your lunch and your laptop and join me live every second Thursday of the month. And we will cover various marketing-related topics as well.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Expedition podcast. Find more online at peppershock.com.